Time is.
Oh my gosh, I've been so into
everything.
time lately. Oh, yo, gosh, man.
Yeah.
Literally, this time thing.
Wicked.
I love that you. We literally.
Wicked. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Very wicked.
Very wicked.
Okay.
Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Viral. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on Virals. We talk about Keke Palmer seeming relieved backlash for trying to bring Jonathan Major on her show. And she is the brunt of it, but we'll talk about it in a minute. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribers can. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, we talk about this actress Keke Palmer trying to invite Jonathan Majors, who's trying to rebuild his image. She brought him on to her show, and here's the unannounced show that really got canned by Keke. Keke now trying to dial back a little bit. Here's the little sipping of what the clip was going to be.
Emotional vulnerability or unshakable mystery?
Vulnerability.
Okay. Fall in love slow or fall in love loud?
Fall in love slow.
I love that. Owning the past or rewriting the future?
Owning the past.
Why?
We're talking about history in general or me personally?
I mean, really, any of it. Just your concept around, maybe more so
Around time?
Around time.
Time is.
Oh my gosh, I've been so into
everything.
time lately. Oh, yo, gosh, man.
Yeah.
Literally, this time thing.
Wicked.
I love that you. We literally.
Wicked. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Very wicked.
Very wicked.
Okay.
Come on, girl.
Defy gravity.
Come on, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Co-star in a rom-com with Megan Good or a buddy cop movie
with Megan Good.
or a buddy cop movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh no, Mike. Oh no. I mean, that would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh, even that voice. I want that to be the voice of the character. That would be hilarious.
Michael. Hey, bro, what's up? Michael. Yeah. I gotta do my baby.
Period.
I gotta keep it in the family.
You heard that, man?
Yeah,
Period. And I'm ready for the wrong.
Yeah, Keke Palmer receiving the backlash as just for, like I said, Keke Palmer has been a lot of controversy. A lot of people are asking, why is Keke Palmer inviting Jonathan Major on her show when she was a victim of DV, and he's had been the perpetrator of that as well. He's trying to clean up his image, trying to build back, trying to get everything going, but at this time it's not working for his favor nor her favor. And I think she's trying to realize now that it's not going to be working in towards the favor that she thought it was going to be to help build and promote him and really giving him that platform on her show. You know, hey, things don't work out the way they do. Well, let's hear what you people had to say. You people had a lot to say about Keke Palmer and Jonathan Majors, especially Keke Palmer, inviting him on the show and then seamlessly canceling the show. Let's hear what you say on what the people say.
She's absolutely gorgeous. I think she's amazingly talented. I think she is super smart, but I just don't think she got common sense. Keke paraded her and her baby. Touch this topic here because I know y'all love yourself some Keke, and I think Keke is amazingly talented. Let me say that. I think she is absolutely gorgeous. I think she's amazingly talented. I think she is super smart, but I just don't think she got common sense. Keke paraded her and her baby daddy around the internet, broke up with him on the internet, took him back on the internet, put restraining orders on him on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Took the baby from him on the internet. Showed him throwing her over the couch on the internet, told us to mind our business on the internet. Out here doing interviews saying Trey Songz filmed her against her rights, even though he told her they were going to be filming at the party. And so she went to the closet instead of leaving the party. She went to hide in the closet instead of hiding in a cab. Men are just out here just dogging the eye, just doing her wrong and just taking advantage of it and everything. Just another one. No common sense. So now she being dragged for interviewing Jonathan Majors. And I get it. They saying you're really tone deaf. You're lacking common sense here, Keke. Keke, hello? Keke, are you there? Why are you interviewing someone who's been accused of putting his hands on a woman? We've all seen the tapes, like we saw the tape of your baby daddy taking your phone from you and throwing you over the couch. It's not funny at all. But these are the images that you put out. And then for you to sit down with a man that was being chased around the city after he had done choked her up and all the types of things and told her to be his Coretta. And now you sitting down giving him a platform because you need views. I ain't surprised that she doing it because I remember this video here. Let's go, Jasmine.
People like, my mom always talks about R. Kelly performing live. The way he connects with the audience. That's something that you can't.
Mom.
R. Kelly.
Terrible example of this.
Why don't y'all gonna stop coming at my boy Kels,
No,
okay?
R. Kelly gonna stop coming on 13-year-old girls.
You don't
allegedly.
feel like these stories are a little
That's what he gonna
crazy
start doing.
about R. Kelly and make you look at him like...
Well, you know what? The last people that they were talking about, were over the age of 18.
Well, there was one that they said he was grooming since she was 14.
Stop with the grooming.
We saw the tape.
Stop with the
Keke.
grooming. I don't know this side of Kels.
You don't know this side?
I do not know this side of Kels. The side of Kels I know is the musical genius, okay?
But then
Come
you
on
see
now.
all these women coming out and telling their stories about what one woman said he gave her an STD.
Well,
and she's suing for
guys
that.
are doing that. Like, a lot of guys do this. It's not just Kels now.
He married Aaliyah when she was 15. Proof to that, and we saw the tape.
You know what? I cannot speak on those things that I don't know.
So the next time she get out here asking y'all to rally behind her business, the next time she want to get out here and ask y'all, you know, hey, my baby daddy done did this, he done did that, y'all rally behind me. And then when she want to take him back, that's her business. Next time she tell y'all that Trey Songz made her do something she didn't want to do, and there's a lot of pressure in the industry, but she didn't believe anything that they were saying about R. Kelly. Next time she wants to interview a Jonathan Majors or anybody that has been accused of DV, the same as her baby daddy, but her baby daddy can't do it, but he can. But she decides to sit down and take her baby daddy back and then tell us to drag him in the same place. Yeah, that's y'all business. That's y'all business there. Moving on.
When I told you that
Keke Palmer has a deep understanding that if she loses black women, she loses everything. And that's why that Jonathan Major podcast is nowhere to be found. And you'll never hear it either. Because she understands. So let this be a lesson that sometimes, actually no, not just sometimes, bullying works. So I need you girlies that are all passive and like, oh my God, they're asking so much of Chapel Roan. Bullying works. Bullying works. Bullying works. Keke Palmer has a...
I seen this video where they was going off on Keke Palmer for allowing Jonathan Majors to come on her show. And the thing that I don't get is my dude don't get no forgiveness. He can't get no get back. He can't, he can't pray about it. He can't turn his life over to the Lord. Like, what does the man have to do in order for him to get people to forgive him? Mostly women. Like, let's be honest, mostly women. And if you do make a mistake, you don't get a chance to move on with your life. The dude is a great actor, and I heard that the movie is a great movie. But what I'm saying is, why the dude just can't move on with his life? He can't, give his life over to Jesus and move on?
Girl, I'm not trying to say I told you so. And I'm not talking about you specifically. I know why you left this comment on here. Because if you don't know, here, let me pop this phone up. Okay. If you don't know, I do book reviews, mainly celebrity memoir reviews on my YouTube channel. They're like hour long, sometimes an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So if you ever need something to watch, go over here, right? So I have recently read, I want to say either the beginning of this year or the end of last year, I read Keke Palmer's memoir, and I noticed a lot of these certain behaviors that a lot of people are noticing now, with her defending of R. Kelly, like you said, her wanting Jonathan Majors on her podcast and stuff, like basically defending certain abusers, even though she had that experience with Trey Songz, you would think that she would have a different viewpoint of these certain things. So in the book, I realized that she was basically a abuser defender because of how she acted with her baby daddy. She basically was like, people shouldn't even have known what was going on in that house, and he's not a bad person, and people make mistakes, and he shouldn't be judged for that for the rest of his life, and her son doesn't deserve to see that. And I'm just like, Keke, ma'am, he drugged you, and I said this in the video, he drugged you and mollywopped you all through that house that you paid for, and you really want us, the public, the same people who you came with these problems, to be okay with this man, defend this man, and like, so no, I'm not surprised that she tried to get Jonathan Major. Now she canceled the pod though, but it doesn't surprise me that she pulled that move because it's kind of her MO. And I even said that in that book, I feel like I learned so much more about her by what she decided to not talk about. It's insane. Like, even in the book, it would go like, oh, well, this is the last time I'm talking about my baby daddy, and that is my baby daddy. That's the father of my child, so it just is what it is, and that's the last time I'm talking about it. 2 chapters later, well, really, I just really love my baby daddy, and, like, I was just hating, and I used to hate on my mom, too, when I was pregnant. Everybody was an op, so, like, it's just got misconstrued. And I'm like, girl, you don't remember how you and your mom were on that recorded phone call going in on this man, calling him all types of gays and all types of saying, I wouldn't be surprised, and this is just Naj's opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if Keke Palmer voted for Senior Orange. I wouldn't be surprised if Keke Palmer is a MAGA. I really wouldn't, because her and her mom said very, like, disgusting things to the grandmother of that baby that she got about immigrants, called like, oh, you're probably an immigrant, you're probably this, you're probably that, and it's like, y'all, please go and watch my video. Go and watch my video, because it's literally like 20 minutes of the book review and then 20 minutes of me just telling Keke about herself. And I just don't got it in me to do that all over. So if you want like a fresh read, like a good Keke Palmer read, go and look at that video. But yeah, I just want to respond to this comment that I am not surprised. Not to say I told you so to anybody that was really trying to be, and again, not talking about this person specifically, but I did have some people in my comments like, oh, you're going too hard on Keke, you're going too hard on Keke. I returned that memoir. I rarely return memoirs. I returned it so I can get my freaking money back. It was that bad. Like, this person is not who she portrays. And then I noticed she's even trying to be on some, Keke was really just a pet name that my family gave me, and it really wasn't supposed to be my name. Like, I'm Lauren. There is a difference between Lauren and Keke, and I go into depth on that in my video as well. Like, it's a different type of shelter going on over there. It's a different type of shelter going on, like, between the Tyler Perry, the lore is so deep. Like, I really can't even get into it on here. Like, y'all gotta go watch my video. The lore is deep. Do not waste your money buying that damn book. It's a waste of money. Watch my video, like, because none of this stuff surprises me or I'm sure if you watch my video, you're not surprised.
I'm all for accountability, forgiveness, redemption, rehabilitation, all of the things, but like, if that's how we gonna conduct intercommunal business, then we need to have a conversation about it and make sure that we all on the same page and the rules apply across the board. Is a PDF file likely to run into children out into the real world? Yeah, but we wouldn't give them a job at an elementary school. Like, sure, you will run into kids anywhere, but we're not going to put them in a centralized location and give them power over the population of victims that they essentially victimize. Is somebody struggling with alcoholism going to run into alcohol somewhere in the real world? Absolutely. And they'll have to be prepared for those triggers. But do you think that they would be successful at sobriety if we sent them to go work at a bar? All right, then. So if these people, by way of fame, celebrity, power, and money, have abused women, abused children, abused men, because honestly, some of them abuse a little bit of every motherfucking body. But if they're using their power, prestige, fame, and access to not only abuse them, but beat them down in the legal system, intimidate them in real life, or at worst, unalive them under some suspicious-ass pretenses, then maybe that person shouldn't be put back in the same arena that they were in before to do that thing. Now, as a regular everyday person, might they have the ability and the power to run into people that they can manipulate and all that other stuff? Yeah. But we basically like, yeah, here go a grand stage to continue hurting and abusing people. You have a long history of hurting people. Yeah, let's just go ahead and give you the same money, power, and fame that you had before so that you can continue to do it to a widespread group of individuals. It's like, yeah, redemption, recovery, all the things, but it's like, do we put you still back in them same environments in hopes that you will change and be able to maintain long-term change? Because you don't just stop being an abuser. You don't just stop being a PDF. You don't just stop that. It never just stops. It requires ongoing accountability and intervention. If you've been somewhere before, trust me, baby, I don't give a fuck how long it's been since you've been there. You can find your way back. If we're going to do the whole redemption, fair, square, let's stick to the facts, rehabilitation, accountability, forgiveness thing, then it needs to apply to women as well. It can't just be free Diddy, free Tory Lanez, leave Trey Songz alone and give Chris Brown a second chance, but Meg Thee Stallion is still a liar. Keke Palmer, you was about to become the thing that you hate and platform an abuser when you had checked Breakfast Club and Wendy Williams about their behavior towards you. We gotta check this shit before the cycles keep continuing through our generation into our kids. Enough is a fuck enough. I'm all for it.
Everybody like, why y'all shocked about Keke Palmer putting Jonathan Major on her podcast? Cause it's Keke Palmer. Like, yeah, I'm shocked. I didn't expect that. Like, yes, I understand she said some dumb shit in the past, but I was just hoping that was in the past. I didn't know she was gonna keep doing dumb shit. Everybody like, why y'all shocked?
Hey, so the heat got to Keke Palmer and she scrapped the Jonathan Majors interview for Cash Doll. Y'all bullying everybody this week. Elon Musk, Keke Palmer. So everybody was like, how can you talk about Trey Songz and what he did to you and then you have Jonathan Majors on? Girl, bye. So I don't know. If I was Keke, I would have still kept it. They're saying it would have ruined her career. I don't think so. He's got to talk to somebody. All right. But I guess it depends. I don't know. I guess she thought about it for a while and said, listen, it's too hot right now. I know you, but I don't know you that well. I like you, but I don't like you that much. But I'm sure her and Megan Good can probably audition together and stuff. But that's interesting, man. I don't know. I talked about this on my podcast, The Gossip Intellectual. Hee. Yeah, if you have experienced those situations and you really feel strongly about it and you don't ever want to deal with Jonathan Majors again, I get it. If you think he deserves another chance, I also get it. It was a relationship thing. It was a private thing. I'm a person that I feel like he should be able to work. I mean, but I understand. But Keke said that's too much heat. That reminds me of like when, did you see the Will Smith interview with Drink Champs? He was like, a couple were like, Will, you a little too hot right now. And he was like, that was different for me because I'm used to, when Big Willie call. So you got a scandal on you. Some of your industry friends might be like, not right now. Okay, so the heat.
Okay, so Keke Palmer has a podcast called Baby, This is Keke Palmer, where she interviews different celebrities and creatives. Now, I started this podcast last year, and I actually really enjoy it. I think she does a really good interview. However, today she announced she's doing an interview with Jonathan Majors, and I have questions. Now, as a reminder, Jonathan Majors was convicted of both assault and harassment back in 2023. He pled not guilty, maintained his innocence throughout the whole trial. He was still convicted, and then just 2 weeks ago, an audio recording of him admitting to aggressing his ex-girlfriend came out. Now, before I go any further, I do want to address that Keke Palmer said that this conversation will be about accountability, forgiveness, and how Jonathan Majors moves forward. Here's my problem. Jonathan Majors has quite literally never taken accountability for anything that happened, at least not publicly. He has denied everything that has happened despite evidence after evidence after evidence being released, and that is not how accountability works. And maybe he will admit to some type of wrongdoing during this interview in light of the recording being released, but again, that is not how accountability works. Now, what I will say is this. A lot of people are bringing an interview that Keke Palmer did with The Breakfast Club where she's basically defending and standing up for for R. Kelly into the conversation. I do think it is important to remember that that was 2016. It was 9 years ago. People grow and people change. Not always, people do not always change, but I do want to give Keke Palmer some level of benefit of the doubt in light of what she went through with her baby daddy in 2023 and what she went through with Trey Songz in 2017, allegedly. I think I have to say allegedly for legal reasons, but y'all have seen those videos just like I have seen those videos of Trey Songz looking like a broken Chuck E. Cheese robot. All that aside, Keke Palmer should not be interviewing Jonathan Majors. Let's stop giving platforms to known abusers, and we do not need their, oh, let me take accountability because I finally got caught ass apologies. Okay, so Keke.
You people did not hold back one bit. You people let it be known that, hey, Keke Palmer trying to do a favor for Jonathan Majors and trying to help rebuild and repackage his image, and it was going to hurt her. And she soon realized that the black community wasn't going to play, especially black women. Black women are the consumer. I think that's what Jonathan Majors trying to do. And with all this legal trouble, what he got going on and stuff, hey, we'll see. Thank you for watching this edition of Viral. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.
You are amazing.
I'm still waiting for the accountability part. Like, I know that was a clip, but they was looking real chummy in that clip. But the title is all about accountability. Like, I'm looking for everything that's in here, right? The whole accountability and moving forward. Y'all kikiing about him being in a rom-com with Megan Good. Something about that man is very scary. Like, the way his mannerisms are very terrifying, especially knowing that he literally almost killed that girl. Keke, this was I mean, the girl said that they knew about you. I didn't know. Okay, I don't really keep up with you. Honestly, I listen to some of your music. I'm gonna have to remove your music from my SoundCloud. But this, wow, accountability, huh? I missed the accountability when you was fist bumping. Okay.